Hello. So for um, this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly go through a randomly selected piece of source material, and I'm going to give you initial, if I can, um, stop at an randomly get an image, flip through it, get an image, and I'm going to tell you what I could instantly what I might think I might do with it. Because after doing collage art for this amount of time, and as other artists can probably attest to this, I do not see images the same way as other people do anymore. I will always, so my wife and I will go out to do a bit of charity shopping or so forth, and we'll go sing. And she'll go, look at that picture, that's nice. And I'll be like, at the very least, on my head, and half the time I'll be out loud. So yeah, I could put that on there, and I could do that with that. It's just a habit of mine now. Um, it's one of those things where I had a friend who studied English literature and she got her degree about it. I think she maybe even gone for a master's, and this was a long time ago, and basically it ruined her ability to read books for enjoyment. She basically she would always overanalyze these things now and say couldn't just like appreciate a book for a story. I mean, the fact I probably do this a bit more overly because it's just how my mind works. So I'm a bit of a nerd like that. Every job I go into, I try and I over assess these things, every aspect of it. So, but anyway, so firstly, the cover. I don't even know if I do anything with this. I mean, I couldn't really do anything around the text. That'd be very difficult. I mean, I could put things around there, but this picture is absolutely brilliant as it is. It actually reminds me a bit of the even his skin's not as dark because he's Armenian, but a darker skinned version of the singer from System of a Down. But yeah, this picture is absolutely probably pretty flawless as it is. I couldn't do much to do better than that. So let's have a go through on. See, I've used sometimes put some of my random bits that are left over inside these things. So picture of the Earth here. This isn't something that I don't know if this is something that I would actually use as the full, you know, can almost canvas that I start on. That I could just the easiest thing to do is just put it in a window or something. But I could put stuff around there. I could put say like a face with a mouth going to bite it. The trouble with that is that doesn't extend up as much unless I was to do it say maybe that way round. I could do that. So that's a possible thing with that. Again, this that could be cut out and put in something, or even just if I didn't want to keep I could go over the corporate the logos with it, or just keep the bits with the cyclists. And so I mean these are great because these are I actually sometimes prefer the painted imagery as to the photos for some reason. It's because I think it's mostly because I my main influence was someone like Winston Smith, and he drew a lot of his, and still does draw a lot of his imagery from 1950s adverts, which were almost always painted. Um, so what I could easily do with that, lose Martin Luther sticking all that there, put something else in the background there, maybe something like a circus or something. Um, I could do something with inside that hoop, put a star field in there. These are very generic things for us to do. I'd obviously do something to cover over that signature, even if I was to just do it with like a marker pen or something, draw something in myself. I could put things around their feet. Um, this woman could be holding something else on her head, something other than a basket. Depends what kind of piece I was doing. I could do a big pile of skulls, or I could have a pile of skulls inside the basket, or even in there, or grenades or something. If I was going to do a particularly anti-war piece, um, so or I could replace another different kind of piece. I could replace the floor with lava, since my son used to always love playing Floor is Lava games. There's a lot could do with a picture like this. It's absolutely amazing. You could replace his face with something. You could have his hands. This is always a good thing if people's hands are out like that, because you can always put something in the hand, and that can change things quite a bit. So here, it's not too much to do with that. I could replace that with something else. As you can see, I've already used this magazine for something. That page. Let's see. Again, this is good. Could do something that this kind of picture would not be the main canvas type. It's not a main canvas type of picture. He would go in another piece. This is a pretty good. The trouble is it's split across 2 pages, so it's very difficult. It can be done, but it's very tricky. I would have to go out of my way to try and get some pliers and try and remove the staples, which I don't really want to do because it helps hold the whole thing together. So let's see another one. Good background picture, but or something that would be seen through a window, or invert it with something. This would be good. Again, try and get it at the join, stick it together. I've done that before. Let's see. Again, this is good. This is okay. You could put something, lots of different things in the pots. I mean, this is just weird enough as it is. I don't think you think I need to do anything to that, do you? But there are things I could do. I could put the other things that are running along with them there, just to add to the insanity. Again, this is good not for its picture on itself, but that would be good to go within something else. I don't know if that should work at all with something that's actually completely out of character for that. That's what I generally do like to do. And again, these bits here, these old computers, they're good as little additional bits to go in other as not as the main part of the piece, but as the little decorative bits. And that's good. I mean, obviously I'll put this in here as a bookmark. I'm obviously going to do something with this Santa and this here. I could put something else, cut out what's already in that issue of National Geographic, and I could put something else in there. I could put something else in his background, so I get rid of that text as well. So yeah, so again, this is a good one to do something like that with. I could easily decorate here, put something, or I could put something almost like catastrophic going on in the background that they're not noticing. So that's always good. Again, another good illustrated piece that is very busy. There's a lot I can do with it. But sometimes you get some pieces, some pictures, where it really only needs one thing doing to it. I don't think this particular issue has anything like that. But so yeah, so see what you think. I mean, I could put something. The instant thing that I would think of is changing what's in the background of the window. I could have put something or someone in this spot there. Other items there. I mean, even instant thing. You've got that. You've got the globe there. That could go there. Instantly easy thing to look at and do. Something on the end of this, so it's not really a hoe anymore. Put something dangling from there. I mean, this is a good picture on its own. About put some more bits in that would accentuate their sense of poverty and desperation. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with lots of different pictures in these pages. So I mean, whether I will do any of these things, I don't know, because what I usually do is I will start with my I would call my canvas picture. I start with that, take that out, and I go through some other magazines, and then so I wouldn't do what some people do is I don't have like all these sheets individually. I'll flip through the magazine and sort of almost see where the journey takes me. That's what I do with the majority of my pieces, unless I really do have something specific in mind. And nowadays, with those ones, I usually do those digitally because it's much easier to find um, pieces that way quicker, and also I can manipulate them a lot better. With this one, it's like um, it's like you are at the mercy of the source material. So the source material itself will sometimes almost dictate what goes in the piece. If I'm doing something digitally, I've got a lot more control and power over how that is going to look, because there are times where I've gone to something that's really good, that would be really good there, but that item is too small or it's too big. Digitally, I can on Photoshop, I can change the size, or I can flip it, or I can invert the colours and so forth. Um, I have a lot more control over that there, and I'll do one of these with my digital archive, my digital library at some point as well. So yeah, so I don't know if looking through this has given anyone any ideas. Um, what could be done with these kind of things? So, and you never know. At some point soon, I probably will make something else from this particular piece. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of these this era of National Geographics I bought off eBay. I bought from British Heart Foundation. So I always like to always prefer, if I can, to get these things from charity shops, because as well as them being a good resource for me getting these old magazines, also you're helping someone else out. So that's a little tip to go for. So yeah, so see what you think, and see if you have any ideas with any of those pictures, and any artists. Please feel free to contribute to the upcoming YouTube magazine. It's only going to be on YouTube, and the details for that will be in the description. And like, share, and subscribe. And I shall hear from you soon and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.